sloth, gluttony, greed, pride, envy, wrath, lust. We're doing the 7 deadly sins this week on the YARebels. Can you guess which one I chose?
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
Lust. Not only is it fun to say, but I think it's actually the most prevalent of the 7 deadly sins, at least in terms of literature, film, television, media, plays, the things that we see every day. My old opera director from my grad school at the University of Maryland said that every opera was about sex, maybe with the exception of Hansel and Gretel. But his point was well taken in that the seeds of drama, of the horrible acts that men and women commit, come from sex, from lust. And I'm going to call it lust instead of love, because I think those two terms are mixed up very frequently. Love at first sight, for example. Is it really love at first sight, or is it lust at first sight? Think about it. You meet someone at a party, you are introduced, and immediately you feel a shortness of breath, your heart pounds a little bit, there's a spark, an energy between you. Is that love? Is that really love? Love is significantly more complicated, trust me. It's lust. It's that desire to sort of launch yourself at them and rip their clothes off. Hopefully that's not just me. But I think that is what we see so much in literature. Think about Shakespeare, for example. Name me a Shakespeare play that isn't about lust. Whether it's Romeo and Juliet, Antony and Cleopatra, King Lear, there's a lust in there. There's an implication that sex drives men and women to acts of murder and horror and great bravery as well. It's sort of an impressive catalyst for human nature. Or the Bible, for instance. Sex and lust are everywhere in the Bible, getting people in trouble, getting people out of trouble. It's the carnal desire of mankind, and it permeates everything that we do. I've been reading a lot about demonology because I'm doing research for the Possessed sequel. And this idea of lust and carnal sexual desires is very intrinsic in demonology, dating back to early Christian times when the sexual identity of demons and the sexuality of demons was so important to their role as tempters for mankind, where chastity was considered this great virtue, and demons were always tempting you to lust. But honestly, is lust really that bad? I always thought Lydia Bennet got a bad rap. I mean, she may not have been as smart and fun and pretty as Elizabeth, but she followed her lust, and by all accounts, Wickham was a hottie, so, and maybe, maybe they were the perfect match. I mean, obviously he's no Mr. Darcy, but maybe the two of them worked out perfectly well together. Their carnal desires seem to match up perfectly, so who knows? Lust gets a bad rap. Without it, we wouldn't have some of the greatest stories in the history of the world. So next time you read a book that doesn't have 12-year-olds as protagonists, think about how lust and sexual desire really fuels the plot line. And you'll see, lust isn't such a deadly sin after all.